All right, well, the book is called Lean In, written by one of the most powerful women in the world, Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg. And what she's saying is creating quite a national conversation right now.
I want to say it unequivocally and unapologetically that the data is clear that when it comes to ambition to lead, to be the leader of whatever you're doing, men, boys outnumber girls and women. I want every little girl who someone says they're bossy to be told instead, you have leadership skills.
Because you were told you were bossy.
Because I was told that.
We have assembled a jury here that will all weigh in, and also they will read the whole entire book, so we're going to bring them all back at the end of the weeks. Ladies, I want to just get right into the conversation. I'll introduce each one of you as we go. Mara, our weekly fabulous radio host, you grew up with her. You went to, tell us about her. What was she like?
North Miami Beach Senior High, home of the Chargers, class of 1987. Sheryl was the valedictorian, so her success is no surprise to anybody. Sheryl was always destined for greatness. She was always super bright. And I think the best part of her book right now is that it's opening the conversation. It may not be for everybody.
What was so different about her in high school?
She was just smarter than everybody else, and she was very popular, and she had a lot of friends, and she was well known. And, you know, to rise like that in a school like North Miami Beach Senior High, which is clearly getting a lot of props and all this PR for Sheryl's book. But, you know, this was a public school. This wasn't, you know, the kind of school where she was coddled. She was just always, from when she was very young, she was always extraordinary and different from everybody else.
So, Kat Cole, you're president of Cinnabon, very successful businesswoman you are. What do you make of this book and what she's saying? Because she's getting heat, too. Like, what can this multi-millionaire, you know, unique woman teach any of us that struggle on a daily basis at home?
You know, I think the book is great. As the previous guest said, she's getting the conversation started. Is her story relatable to many of the average women that are out there? Maybe, maybe not. But it is incumbent upon us to then build the bridge. What is it about Sheryl's story that's universally true? The advice for women to lean in. And then how do we build the bridge from a woman who has had the best of education, is truly in the elite of the elite, and build that connection to more everyday women so they understand how to interpret those messages and apply it to their real lives?
Well, don't for a second think that this is, you know, just another feminist manifesto about women getting screwed in the workplace. I mean, it's about, she talks about picking the right partner in life and being that kind of mom who doesn't just complain, but actually becomes the PTA president. Take a listen.
I got a letter from a woman who had read, and she said that she's a stay-at-home mom. She wanted a better teacher for her child. She didn't think she could do it. She marched herself into the principal's office and got her child a better teacher.
It's
She's leaning in.
All right, Monica, Jen, you're the stay-at-home moms. Weigh in on this.
Well, as a brand new stay-at-home mom, I feel a little out of the loop. But gosh, I would agree with everybody saying that this is the time to get the conversation started. You know, as a mother of a young girl, a little toddler, I want to raise her in a way where she, you know, stands out and goes for what she wants and doesn't hold back. So I think that it's a good conversation starter. However, I don't know if I necessarily want to go full throttle and lead in a big way, necessarily. That's just maybe not for me.
Interesting. All right, hold that thought, because Monica, I'm going to get you to weigh in. Also, Janet Taylor, psychiatrist, mom of four, she's going to weigh in. We're going to keep this conversation going and get to see what these moms think. Well, are you leaning in or pushing back? More conversation right after the break.